preparing live stream, so I hope it will work. It always work. Even if it doesn't work, I will try to make it work because it's
I
my
think you're
job.
doing great.
I think, yes, I think I have to check
Oh, I
it.
think it's live.
Oh, nice, great. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. And thank you for joining us. I'm Anojang, and I'm Education USA Mongolia advisor. So I would like to briefly introduce what Education USA does. Education USA is a U.S. Department of State supported network that we provide accurate and comprehensive, current, up-to-date information about studying in the United States. And our all services are free of charge. And today we are very excited to host Concordia University, Wisconsin, and learn more about their academic programs, campus life, scholarship opportunities for international students. So it's my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, she's Kaylee Kelleher, who is the International Student Recruiter and Admissions Counselor at the International Office of Concordia University, Wisconsin. So Kelly works closely with international students from around the world and helps guide them through the admissions process, scholarships, and preparing for studying in the United States. So we are very grateful for her time today. To share valuable information about Concordia University, Wisconsin, because I know it's a big time zone difference. So thank you so much for joining us. And before we begin, I'd like to mention that the participants are welcome to ask questions during the session. You can type your questions in the chat box in the Zoom and or in the Facebook. And we will address them during the Q&A session at the end of our webinar. So now, without further delay, I would like to invite Kelly to begin the presentation. And the Kelly, the floor is yours. And also, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to you. And in the presentation, I saw that you included our traditional clothes as Mongolia's Winter Olympic outfits. Thank you for including that. And I asked about the topic about athletic scholarship, and also I saw in the presentation you included that, and thank you so much for doing that. I truly appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anojin. It's wonderful to be here tonight, or this morning, in Mongolia. When we had chatted earlier, the topic was maybe perhaps also the US celebrating 250 years of being a country. But I also know the Mongol Empire has been around for over 800 years, so I think that is also commendable. I am also going to talk a little bit about the athletics today, how it works in the US, and a little bit more about studying abroad in the US, specifically in Wisconsin. So I will talk more about where we are, and some additional things you could experience if you come to Concordia University, Wisconsin. But today's session is to help you understand a little bit more about opportunities available to you in the US. So, like Anojin mentioned, I wanted to make sure to put Mongolia's kind of traditional dress specifically for this year's Olympics. Many people were very impressed. I think when you look at some of those cultural aspects, and I also put this image of so these are University of Wisconsin hockey players. They were all Olympic hockey players. So you probably heard Wisconsin mentioned different times during the Olympics, and Wisconsin has contributed many Olympians over the years. So we're really happy and really proud. Our environment is very similar to Mongolia's. We get lots of snow. The weather can become very cold, but we also experience the other seasons like you do as well. So the Mongolians I have known have been a very good fit for Wisconsin. So let's jump to my next slide here. So there is this. So I wanted to talk a little bit about athletics in the United States. So collegiate or at the college level. So we have this governing body called NCAA, NCAA. So they provide guidelines about athletics in the United States, both at the high school and at the college level. So, if you want to become a college athlete, there are certain requirements that you have to meet regardless of the type of program that you're in. So, you need to have a minimum GPA and make regular progress toward your degree. Usually, there are a certain number of credits you should earn. That's something we can get into a little bit later, or if you decide to join as a collegiate athlete through NCAA. There are some additional opportunities. There are opportunities in men's and women's sports. So if we have any male or female students looking to join, there are some really great opportunities. Sometimes students join a sport and they've never played that sport before. We have lacrosse, for example, or field hockey. And those are some things that are commonly played in the US and not abroad. But that doesn't mean you can't play them. So I would encourage you to try a new sport, perhaps, if you're not wanting a specific sport. Also, student athletes, it's very common for them to be very busy. Many times they're very good students and they have to balance that with their training and making sure they're meeting all of their requirements, making sure their body and their mind is healthy as well. So, one piece of advice I would give to you is to look at your health insurance and sports physicals with your coach. A sports physical is a type of special exam to meet the requirement, the health requirement for joining a sport. Also, health insurance is very important in the United States, especially as an athlete. Athletes have a higher chance of getting injured, and so it's a good idea to make sure that you have those things before you come to the US. Your school will help you with that. Okay. And then I wanted to mention, so we have division, you might have heard division one, division two, and division three. We use the letter I. It's like the with a dot. So we use I, but more of a capital letter. So division one, we can see here, will offer maybe full or partial athletic scholarships. This is the highest level of competition in the United States before going pro, like professional. Okay. So this is for elite athletes in the United States or international students. Sometimes you can get a full scholarship to play Division One sports. Now, it is very, very competitive, but I know Mongolia has some very competitive players. So this might be something you can qualify for. In addition, we have Division Two, which offers partial athletic scholarships. Your competition level must still be high, and you need to have that balance between academics and your athletic eligibility and progress. And then finally, Division Three. So it's still very important that you are a good athlete, but your academics need to be your main focus. There aren't any additional athletic scholarships for Division Three, but many times universities will have other scholarships for international students that might be based on your academics. And so you might get a similar price that a student would get playing athletics at another institution. And this isn't as competitive. Yes, it's competitive, but your level of play still needs to be high. But yeah, so there are three of those levels. So hopefully that helps. You can ask any questions that you have, and I'm happy to help answer those. So hopefully that gives you some additional information. If you want to play a sport in the US, feel free to send a chat to Anojin, like what sport you'd like to play or your questions about athletics, and we can try to answer those. Okay. Okay, so now I'd like to talk a little bit about Concordia University, Wisconsin. Like I know Jim mentioned, my name is Kaylee Kelleher, and I'm the International Student Recruiter and Admissions Counselor at Concordia University, Wisconsin. Mongolia is part of my region, so I work with undergraduate students from many different regions, and I work with all of our graduate students interested in business analytics in our MBA program. So I'm happy to share more information with you. So here is our team. So we have an international admissions team. We also have an international center that they're able to help you with work permission or understanding more about culture shock or attending orientation. So we have many individuals here to help you. So a couple of things about us. So we are constantly ranked the #1 safest campus in Wisconsin. We are about 20 minutes north of Milwaukee, and we're about maybe 2 hours away from Chicago. So some of our students like to go to Chicago on the weekends to go try some new food or do some different grocery shopping. But they also have a very safe location here on our campus. We also have campus safety. We have many security protocols on our campus as well. So students constantly rank that number one for safest campus. We have the largest MBA program in Wisconsin. We're really proud of that. And then we also have a 95% job placement rate after students graduate from the program. Sometimes students will go on to graduate school, maybe they'll join the military as part of a requirement for their country, or maybe they'll continue on in other ways. So we have this belief on our campus where we need to nurture the mind, body, and our spirit. It's a balance for all students to make sure they have what they need to continue to be successful, to grow, and to really learn more about their major, but also the people that they're around and future connections that they will make. And also, we are a Lutheran institution. So, this is a branch of Christianity, like a Protestant branch. And so, students that join us do not need to be Christian. There are some courses to learn a little bit more about Christianity, but we welcome students from all religions, or if they don't practice a religion, that's also okay. So, we just believe in surrounding ourselves with people who are different from us, who have different ideas and share different ways of doing things. So if you would like, you can send us a message about what major you're hoping to study, and maybe I can share more about that. But in the meantime, we're going to jump to the next slide. So I mentioned, that we have this belief in mind, body, and spirit. So for your mind, we have over 70 majors and programs. We also have a scholars program that allows students to complete a bachelor's degree and master's degree, or bachelor's degree and professional degree in a shorter period of time. So we have some students that do this with pharmacy and maybe earn their pharmacy degree in 6 years instead of 8, or students who do our business scholars program who earn their master's all the way through their MBA in about 6 years instead of 8. Or I'm sorry, no, in 5 years instead of six, rather. And we have some other programs that are like that as well, like an accelerated program, but we call that the scholars program. And then we have lots of athletics. So we have our varsity athletics. Most is Division 3. We also have some Division 1 options for students. We also have an esports team that's Division 1 that does very well. So if you're an esports player, that's a good option for you too. We also have intramural sports. So intramural sports are sports for fun. Are they competitive? Yes. You're competing with your classmates, but it's a fun way to work out and have competition with your classmates. And then in spirit, so for students who are, Christian, there are some daily chapel services on campus. But as a reminder, that's not required if that's not something that's important to you. Okay, so where are we? Many students know about California or Florida or New York. So we it might be a little hard to tell here, but we are at the top of the United States. Uh, so we have Minnesota and Wisconsin. And so, for example, I'm pointing my little arrow here. This is where I'm originally from. And this is where we are now. And that's about 6 hours of a drive by car. So it might look very short and small. And but we're still kind of far away. And then we're about 2 hours from Chicago here. We're right along the shore of this beautiful Lake Michigan. And so we have five Great Lakes in the United States, and we are next to one of them. Our campus, in fact, is right on the lake. It might take about 5 minutes to walk down the hill down to the lake. So yeah, so I'm going to move these things. Okay, so we have a lot of different student services available. We have many support services for students. We do have a health and wellness center, so it's a clinic on campus. And so students can usually get in for an appointment either that day or maybe the next day. And they can see a doctor in our clinic. The cost is very, very low. And if that doctor writes a prescription, students are able to get that prescription at a local drugstore, or they can deliver it to the student right to them on campus. We also have other resources for students, academic resources for tutoring. If you are struggling with being homesick and being away from home, we have counselors that are able to help you, as well as our international office. We also, some students really like dogs. We actually have dogs on campus called comfort dogs. And so there are three on our campus, and students and staff are trained to work with the dogs. So other students can be around the dogs and they can pet the dogs and even be a trained handler. But they are very trained and on a leash. So if you don't like dogs, that's okay too. Um, and we also have many extracurricular activities. We have events going on almost every day. There are bulletins that we put around the campus, and there's always at least one event every single day. And then there's some other resources available for students. We just got access to an AI package. We have some AI programming, but we believe that all students should be trained to use AI in whatever field they go into. And so our campus is taking that approach, but also looking at the ethics behind AI and ethical use of AI. So here are some of our sports on campus. So I mentioned we have NCAA Division III sports. And as you can see here, you can see all of these different sports that are listed here. Hopefully you see one you're interested in if you are looking at like at Division III or Division II options. So let me see here. So I'm just going to jump to our next slide. So I mentioned those comfort dogs. So they are all golden retrievers. So they're on campus. So we have Zoe, Sage, and Runner. And they are available if you want to pet them. You can just go up to them and pet them. Pretty great. We also have some other things going on campus. So sometimes they're on campus, sometimes it's field trips to go to local places in Milwaukee or Chicago or some other places. So they'll take you out to do these local things like going to like a cookout is when you cook on a grill outside, usually some meat and some other things. Or they might have apple picking. So apples are really common here, apples and pumpkins. We took students to a pumpkin patch and a corn maze. So these pumpkins were growing and we got to see them. And then there was we went inside the corn maze and there was drawn out a special picture, and we had to kind of go through the corn maze and escape the corn maze. So we followed those directions with students and we found our way out. So there are some really wonderful opportunities for students to uh, be engaged outside of class. And we think that's really important for you to make friends and for this to be an important part of your life too. Oh, lip sync battle is when there is a certain song and you are pretending you are singing, but you are dancing or you are doing some kind of special performance. And so we really encourage students to get involved. For some students, they're a little shy, and other students, they will grow and participate in things like this. So just a little, I'll go over this just really quickly. We have some different options for students when it comes to food. The cafeteria allows students to go to many different stations, and it's kind of buffet style, so you can choose what you'd like from different stations, and it's all one cost. There are other options where it's like a la carte, or you order per item and pay for that. We have Starbucks coffee if you're into coffee. We have lots of other options for students too, depending on what kind of food you're interested in. Okay, so here are our undergraduate degrees. So I'm hoping we're going to give you maybe just a quick 30 seconds to take a look at these different areas to find the degree that's a good fit for you. As you can see here, we also have these pre-professional pathways. So these prepare a student to apply to a professional program afterward. Please note that we do have occupational therapy programs all the way through the doctorate level on our campus. We also have pharmacy available for students on our campus, and some advanced tracks for students to complete those degrees within a shorter period of time. We also have many STEM eligible fields as listed here. We do have a new AI and quantum innovation lab. We also have, some business analytics, and some other options for students looking in the business world or tourism and hospitality, and plenty of other areas as well as listed here. So if you have questions about those, please let me know. I'd be happy to get more information for you. We also have our graduate degrees. This is actually really popular with international students because students will come to class 1 or 2 days per week, and the rest of the days they will work on their homework remotely or that kind of thing. So some of our students live in Milwaukee or even Chicago. So this is something that our students really love the programming that we have for our MBA program, for example. You'll notice there are the little let me see, I think there should be asterisks. So I wanted to point out the STEM eligible program. So this Management Information Systems is STEM eligible. And then Operation Management and Analytics is also STEM eligible in the MBA program. Then the Master of Science in Business Analytics and Master of Science in Computer Science, all of these tracks are STEM eligible. And when I say STEM eligible, I mean that students have, in addition to the 1 year of work permission, they'll have an additional 2 years of work permission. So it gives students about 3 years for every education level to have that work permission. And so for many students, that's an important part of their experience in the US. I also wanted to mention these additional pathways here. It shows how many years you would need to do, like that you would earn those specific 2 degrees. So hopefully that is helpful. Please let me know if you have questions or if I can get you in contact with someone in the department. Okay, so what does it take to apply? So we have our online application. We have no application fee. Students will submit their transcripts, their proof of English proficiency. We accept many different scores. So TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, Cambridge, um, and many, many others. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know and we can find the right answer for you about what the score would be. You would also submit your passport, and in fact, you don't need to submit your financial documents until a little bit later on. So these top 4 bullet points are the things that we need to consider your application for admission. Once you are admitted, we will let you know that a form will come to receive a scholarship. You will fill out the form, and then we will let you know what kind of scholarship you receive. For graduate students, they need a couple of additional items as well. Okay, so let's talk about undergraduate tuition. So, in general, this is without scholarships. So, in general, most students receive about 18,000 US dollars per year. If they have really good grades, it might be closer to 20,000 per year, which would reduce this full. So, this is like the I-20 amount. This is the bank statement that students will show in funding. Um, so each year tuition goes up a little bit, but students traditionally will have to show um, generally around 33, $34,000 for their bank statement. And that is for the undergraduate level. For graduate students, they need to show between 24,000 and 26,000 US dollars for their I-20. So that includes their tuition and fees, room and board, insurance, um, miscellaneous costs, and that kind of thing. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful as you're making your planning. And I mentioned our scholarships. Generally, we say on average about $18,000. I have not seen a student with less than that on their award for undergraduate students. And then in addition, students have on-campus employment opportunities as well. So generally, they make about $12 an hour. If students are working during the summer, there's no charge for them to stay on campus, which is really great for students that want to build work skills but not pay for campus housing. So that's a great opportunity for our students as well. And then if you have any additional scholarships, you can always apply those to your education. Okay. So we talked about that graduate education and we talked about that the course breakdown. And so I'm going to skip this one. So on-campus jobs, this is just a little bit more about how students will get those. And for students who come to our campus, we'll help you with that process. So how does it work after you're admitted to the United States, like to a program? First you will gain your admission, and then you will become eligible for your Form I-20. This helps you to secure your visa appointment. Once you get your appointment, you'll make your visa, you'll pay your CVIS I-901 fee. I would recommend paying that closer to your visa appointment, and then you'll go to your visa interview, which will be at the nearest US embassy or consulate within your home country. And so I help students to prepare for the visa appointment. We have some webinars just so students know how to prepare. But also Education USA Mongolia has some wonderful services to help students to prepare for this as well. So please make sure that you prepare, that you understand the reasons for visa denial so that you understand more about the process as well. That'll be very important. And we talked about some of those support services. And so, students say, oh, I don't know about my English, like my English writing. I'm not used to writing the essays or some other things. And they can help you with that, not only the grammar and the language, but also the cultural expectations around writing, which is actually a thing. And so they can help you with all of that. And maybe one day you become the writing tutor, or the math, the math tutor or something like that. Okay, and we talked about some of our meal plan options. We have 8 different dormitories. Students who have more credits have more of a chance to get the building they want. So all dorms cost the same, dormitories cost the same amount. So if you are in a single room, if you are in double room, if you are in a suite with other people, that's all the same. So the older you get and the more credits that you earn, you will have a chance at the other rooms that you're interested in. And as you can see, this is one building on campus. This is our lake right there. So it's really close. Here are some other opportunities, other clubs that exist. You have access to the gym, other spaces, and that's all included within your student fees. I'm going to keep going here. We also have lots of options for students just looking at, what am I going to do after college? We can help you with your resume, for example. There are many opportunities where employers will come to our campus and you'll bring your resume and you can go to their table and ask them questions. We help you with all of those things to make sure that you feel prepared. And here, here are some student testimonials that we have here. I'm going to move this. Okay, so here is a student that was doing his master's degree in computer science, and he's had a lot of really great opportunities. In fact, he comes back to visit us sometimes, and it's really great to see him. So that's one student, and then I'm going to go to our next one here. So Farheen works for our office right now, actually. So we have many students that will come and work for our office, and they'll do some really wonderful things. And it means we can write them some pretty good letters of recommendation as they're looking at their opportunities after they graduate. And Farheen really likes going to the beach. As you can see, again, the beach is so close. I have another tour I can show you that has even better photos. Here's another student as well. We do have students that are also from outside of India, but the majority of our graduate students right now are from India. We also have many students from China on our campus. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any Mongolians right now at Concordia. So my goal is to bring and welcome more Mongolians to campus. I have worked with many Mongolians through my time in international education, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Also, I wanted to show you two things here really quickly. So, and can you still see my screen? Yes.
Yes, I can still see your screen. I will check the Facebook
Excellent.
Live.
Wonderful. So I'll just show you a couple of things here. Here's our campus. Here are some of our dormitories. And you can just go right to the end of the hall and see the lake right out the window. And as you can see here, so we also have Milwaukee. That's the largest city in Wisconsin. They also have Summerfest. So that's this big music festival that happens for many days. The tickets are really affordable, and many of our international students will go. We also have Chicago. So Chicago is very close. There is a train from Milwaukee to Chicago, as well as different buses as well. And then one more thing. So there's this Mongolian band that I really like, and I think they're probably popular in Mongolia as well, but they're called The Who, and they are visiting Milwaukee very soon. So maybe I can show you their picture.
Mongolian
I don't
famous
know if you,
band, The Who is coming.
yeah, The Who is coming to
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So I saw them in Minneapolis a few years ago, and so I'm really excited. I hope I can go to their their performance. So I hope more people can experience Mongolian culture in Wisconsin.
Yes, I hope so too. And it's your end of your presentation,
Hope
right?
more people can. Yes, yep.
Great. So thank you very much, Kelly, for this such an informative presentation and for sharing these incredible opportunities with our students. Also, thank you for including the Mongolia Olympic picture and the NCAA information in your presentation. I think students will really enjoy seeing that. And also, I'd like to clarify that the visa-related questions are handled only by the consular section at the U.S. Embassy.
Mm.
Education USA only provides general information about um, uh, we provide information about studying in the United States, but doesn't process visas. And now we will move into the Q&A session. If you have any questions about admissions, programs, scholarships, or student life at Concordia University, Wisconsin, please type them in the chat. And I think as it's school time right now, many students will likely watch this Facebook Live later, so I will be asking questions on their behalf. And I'd like to also mention that I saw your campus. It's so beautiful. I love the lake, the environment, and also you mentioned about safety, and I appreciate that. And my question is, many students in Mongolia use the common application. So does your university accept applications through this platform, or
Yes.
students can apply through the online application form which your institution provide?
Yes, so they can use either. So we do accept Common App, and then students can also apply, directly through Concordia. They will receive access to a secure portal to upload the rest of their documentation as well.
Okay, great. So, since Concordia University of Wisconsin competes in NCAA Division III, so what types of financial aid or scholarships are available for student athletes? I'd like to question more about
Good
athletics.
question. Yeah, so if we have any hockey players, like men's hockey, that is Division II. So we have some additional scholarships there. But most students will qualify for around $18,000 in scholarships at the undergraduate level. So because most of our sports are Division III, we can't do additional athletic-based scholarships, but if students there are some additional scholarships at Concordia because we are a Lutheran institution, so a private religious institution. If a student is a Christian, sometimes there is some additional aid that comes from a private donor. But if they're not, there's some additional scholarships that are included within that, like $18,000 to $20,000.
Great, thank you. And the next question is about more recruitment questions. So, how can international students be recruited for sports team at Concordia University, Wisconsin?
Yeah, good
And
question.
yeah, at what stage of high school should students start contacting coaches?
Sure. I would say so usually coaches start recruiting maybe 2 years in advance of the incoming student. So if they're going to be a college freshman, sometimes the end of our grade 10, it will happen or grade 11. So if students are coming in maybe fall of 2027, now is a very good time to be reaching out to universities, to the coaches. I always ask students to make sure they've prepared a video of their sports highlights. So things that show their academic playing ability, anything that shows the sport or the team that they're on or the institution. Maybe they're on a U16 team or U18 team. Um, Anything that can show that coach about your playing ability, because many times our coaches will travel around the US or at least around our state to recruit students. And so international athletes, many times they can't travel to Mongolia or other places to see that athlete playing. So anything a student can provide, video clips, their academic or not academic performance, but their athletic performance is really helpful. We have a special form we ask students to fill out, and it's called Recruit Me. And so it's when a student wants to be recruited by a university, they will fill out the form. So I always tell students make sure that you have some good video clips of your playing and how you interact with your teammates as well.
Great. I think you have already replied my question because I'm gonna ask like what materials should students send to coaches? Students should send to the coaches like highlight the video statistics and they should mention about athletic achievements. So great. And next question is what sports teams are most popular or competitive at Concordia University of Wisconsin? You have already mentioned the hockey, right? So what else? What other sport?
Yeah, so we have American football. We
Hmm.
actually have an Australian player that's going to be starting in the fall semester. So there are some international athletes. We're also very popular in field hockey with women, with female athletes. Soccer is very, also recruits quite a few students in basketball. But hockey is very, very popular in both men's and women's sports. Um, and then we have some other sports as well that attract a lot of international students, like tennis. And then let's see, volleyball is actually a sport that isn't always played in other countries, but students are very interested in playing it. I also work with high school exchange students, and many of them want to do high school volleyball or cheer. Or acro. So acro is like cheerleading, but they throw people in the air more.
Wow,
So it's
that's
kind of like
amazing.
some of the yeah, some of the movies. And so there are international athletes that join those sports as well.
Sounds amazing and interesting. So, next question is, have you previously recruited international student athletes, and what advice would you give to students from Mongolia interested in joining your teams? Or maybe my question it should be like not only focus on student athletes. So, what general advice would you give to students from Mongolia who are considering applying to Concordia University of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I would say it's important to, of course, have strong grades, but know that we also look at all parts of an application. So we also like to see that students are involved in their community or do something to show us their interests outside of school as well. We know many students are very diligent and working very hard on their academics, but we also want to know about them. Maybe they don't want to play, college athletics. Maybe they play an instrument and they want to join the band, or maybe they want to start a new club, or they have some ideas about how they want to change the world. We want to know about this in the essay. So I think when you write your essay, it's important to really think about what's important to you. Many students say, "Oh, I'm afraid of not being perfect," and we never expect perfection. So we always want students to share with us who they are and their own writing, and for us to imagine them to become part of Concordia. And so, yeah, so I would encourage students to prepare in advance. Preparing for the visa appointment and everything else can take some time. So students should really start to plan at least 1 year before they come to campus. If they want to be recruited by a team, 1.5 to 2 years is pretty important. Is it possible that a student can be recruited within the 1 year? Yes, it's possible. But it gives you some other options if you're looking at multiple institutions.
Okay, great. Next question is about, can you tell us about, are there internship or career opportunities for international students during or after their studies, like optional practical training or CPT?
Yes. Yes, so our majors are built with internship credits, kind of built into the major itself. And so students are able to take CPT, which is that work permission during your program, where you enroll in some internship credit, and then you can get an internship. I always encourage students to look for paid internships because you are doing work. So I think you should be paid. There are some that are not paid, but I think it's good to search for ones, internships that pay. And then there are opportunities for OPT as well. And so we help our students to apply for that permission, and let them know when they become eligible to do that. We know that there are some changes within the system. There have been different conversations about how things are changing in the US, but know that we have really dedicated advisors that are able to help you know in real time what the guidance is. And so know that we're here to help you. We don't always know what changes will happen, but we have lawyers and other people to help us understand the regulations, to better help our students to plan for their future.
Okay, and next question about you have already showed your beautiful campus. So, what housing options are available for international students on campus?
Yeah, so we have 8 different options for students. So some students want the traditional experience, like in the movies, where they have one roommate, where they have their own beds and they have, one roommate, and then they share a bathroom, with many other people, many different stalls, like a large bathroom and showers and things. So some students really want that, and that might be your first experience in the college dorms. But you are able to apply for other styles of dormitories. So maybe you want your own room, or maybe you want to live with some other roommates, and maybe there's only one shared bathroom with others, with maybe 3 others. And there are other options for students who want to cook their own meals and have more apartment style dormitories as well. So it depends on the number of credits the student has earned. So every class you take, you earn some credits. And so I would encourage students to submit their housing applications very soon, so you can have more choice of where you will live.
Thank you. And I think you have already mentioned, but are there English proficiency requirements such as TOEFL or IELTS because we are all international students and our Duolingo can be accepted or not? Are there any alternative options?
Yes, we have many options. So TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo. We take most, internet-based tests as well. We do Cambridge. If a student is taking ACT or SAT, that can also help waive the language requirements. If the student has studied in the US for at least 1 year, many times we can waive the requirements as well. Or if they've taken a curriculum in an English-based program, we can as well. If a student is wondering, they can always message us and we can let them know if they meet that requirement.
Thank you so much. And I think it's important questions many students will concern about. Like, it depends on them, but I want to ask. So, how do student athletes balance academic studies and sports training? Should be balanced, right?
That's a good question. I would say so. Many of our coaches are very supportive of their athletes. First of all, academics, being at a certain level of academics is expected and important first. And so, it can be hard for students to balance that. Many times they'll bring their homework on the bus. Maybe there's a team bus, like a coach bus, that will go and will travel for 5 hours or something, and they will do their homework on the bus, or at the hotel. Or other things that are part of that requirement. Many times practices could be in the early morning or later at night, to accommodate for the schedules. Many times they'll ask the students, okay, what times are your classes and what days? That lets them know when everyone is available to be practicing as the team. So many times they'll have practice, but they'll have strength conditioning and some other things in the weight room, to make sure their athletes have enough of a balance within their athletic schedule.
Okay, thank you. I think here is the our end of our webinar, and thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. And special thanks again to Kelly Kelleher, who is the International Student Recruiter and Admissions Counselor at the International Office of Concordia University, Wisconsin. And sharing these insights with our students in Mongolia. Thank you so much. And today we organized a very special webinar highlighting U.S. college athletics through the National Collegiate Athletic Association, which is the NCAA, and celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. And also athletic scholarships and the NCAA recruitment process were also discussed. And thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to learn more about studying in the United States, please feel free to contact Education Mongolia for advising and upcoming events. For example, next Monday in Tennessee State University, and they're coming in Mongolia. We will do it in-person sessions. So if you follow Education Mongolia's social media pages, you will know the details of our upcoming events. And also, please apply. Concordia, University of Wisconsin, and Kelly mentioned about it's the best time, right? So please apply, and we hope to see you again in our future sessions. And have a wonderful day, everyone. And Kelly, I think I will follow up on LinkedIn or email. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone. Have a great morning and a great weekend.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yes,
And Kelly, before we end our presentation, could you please quickly show your contact information, which is your, I think
absolutely.
it's your presentation's last page, right? If students wants
Think
to apply
so.
or
Let me
they
take a
have
look
questions,
here.
please feel free to contact her.
Oh, yes. Here, I can share my screen as well.
I think I have already gave you co-host permission, right?
Oh, so here's our contact information. So our general international admissions email is international.admissions@cuw.edu. And this is our standard website as well. And if you have questions and you want to send them via WhatsApp, please do so. This is answered by our international student employees, and sometimes by me or by my coworker as well. So we would love to hear from you. If you have questions for me specifically, I could provide that as well here.
Great. And could you please show me you show the very beautiful campus, right? So I want to watch it again. So could you please show the website
Absolutely.
of the campus?
Then I will send this in our chat as well, and maybe you can put that on the Facebook live link so that people can
Yes.
watch that if they're available.
Yes, I will share it to our Facebook page. It's a very beautiful campus. Lake is beautiful. I love that area. So
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much for everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Najin.
Thank you. Bye bye.